Mark, what you want to be in a job? What job do you want to do?
A director, like you. How about making a film of Scrapbook of a cloney boy?
Yeah, we kind of stumbled into the Brandon Trust.
Yeah.
And I weren't really aware of any other support that was available.
This kind of support where it would be a lot more free for Max to have a partner, a mate as such to go out with, and individually on his own to do his own thing. Which is what was perfect for him, because doesn't necessarily want to do the things the other kids do.
He's not being babysat.
Yeah.
We don't want him babysat.
He's an active kid. He needs a lot of entertaining, so he can do. He's growing up as well. He needs to be around other kids. And it was only when we were in the park one day, and he started asking the other kids, "Where's your mum? Where's your dad?" And I thought, oh my God, I'm always with him. There's always one of us there. I thought he needed a mate to be with instead of being with his mum and dad. So that was when we thought, right, he's growing up. And when one of the other parents said about their kids go at the Brandon's Trust, I thought, oh, I've got to find out who these are. And that's how we ended up getting in contact, really. So
I mean, Max does whatever he wants. It's as varied as he wants to make it, and he's tried all sorts. Like, it started off a list of things he wanted to do on his own, and then it's gone from specific things to just sometimes just want to hang out, go to the shops, just stuff that any other 14-year-old would be able to do, but he hasn't been able to until now, because he's got like a buddy, a mate to go and do these things with. So I mean, it's as varied as he wants. And the holiday to France was amazing.
Yeah, it was the first time he'd been away.
Yeah, he'd never been out the door without us.
And that was scary, and he practically ran down the path to jump on the bus, as you know. I was like, bye Mum, bye Dad, and we were like, oh, you liked France, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think because as parents you sort of tend to jump in and stop him doing things because you know what it's going to be, but he needs to experience that. We tend to jump in a bit quicker and don't let it happen, really. But you can't help yourself. But with the lads, and they let him go that bit further and to experience more, like jumping off a mountain in France on a paraglider. Yeah, it was like if we'd have seen that in the photographs before online, then we'd have thought twice about saying, oh yes, let him do it, because we didn't expect. But that was just brilliant to see him do that. And I saw the photographs online afterwards, just a few clips, and that was brilliant.
I mean, Max wouldn't have sat there chatting away a few months ago. It has made a huge difference to how he reacts to like having you guys around.
Yeah.
6 months ago, he wouldn't have sat there chatting away and been comfortable with it. So it is making a huge difference, and if that continues, which I'm sure it will, then you can't get any better than that, really.
He did something for him on his own, and it was all about his choice when he was there. We didn't make the choices for him. It was just him making his own choices, doing his own thing. That was
independent.
His total independence, wasn't it? Although he had you guys looking after him, exactly, but it was still him on his own, and knowing that he could do that, him and himself, he knows now he can go away without us, being around. So, and he'd be great for that.
He's seen his sister go away at 14, because all 14-year-olds or 13-year-olds go off on camps at the school, and he's aware of these things going on, and we didn't think that was going to be possible. That he would be able to do that. So to realise that was just unbelievable, and when we sat here twiddling our thumbs for a week, you're waiting for him to come home, and then he came home and just walked clean past us.
Yes.
The first person he wanted to see was April.
He
his
did,
sister, so.
And actually that was amazing because he went straight there shouting, April, April, and he had his hand clutched. He went straight to the bedroom. And he said, April, April, he came in, shut your eyes, and he stood there, and he went, turn around, and so she stood there, shut her eyes, and he went, open your hand, and he put a thing in her hand, a little present, and he went, surprise, and then he ran out, and she just burst out in tears, and he had a little bangle that he got made and engraved with her name on it, and it was just, you know, although we stood at the door crying then, didn't we? But that was it, all done and dusted, you know, that's what he had to do, you know.
But it's assuring to know that there's a perfectly able little 14-year-old lad in there,
Totally.
that's just been held back a little bit by his autism, and it, you know, the opportunities like that tend to just push the autism aside a bit, and then let that little lad come out. That's
little lad.
Big
6
lad.
foot.
That makes the big. That's the differences we're seeing.
Yeah.
You know, so, and which just that's what all we need. You know.